When we think of the tallest mountain on Earth, Mount Everest immediately comes to mind. Standing at a staggering 29,032 feet above sea level, it has earned its reputation as the highest point on our planet. But here's a fascinating twist. There are actually 57 peaks that are taller than Everest when measured from base to peak. That's right. These mountains, like Mauna Kea in Hawaii, start deep beneath the ocean and rise to impressive heights when you consider their full stature. Mauna Kea, for instance, measures about 33,500 feet from its underwater base to its summit. Yet, because its base is submerged, its peak only reaches 13,796 feet above sea level. This is a prime example of how perspective can change our understanding of height. It's not just about how high a mountain rises above sea level, it's also about where you start measuring from. Then there's K2, the second highest mountain in the world, which stands at 28,251 feet. While it doesn't surpass Everest in terms of elevation above sea level, it's notorious for its technical climbing challenges and harsh weather conditions. Many climbers consider K2 to be more difficult to summit than Everest, which adds another layer to the conversation about what it means to be the tallest mountain. But let's not forget about the Andes. The Aconcagua, the tallest peak in South America, reaches 22,841 feet. It's a giant in its own right, but still falls short of Everest's elevation. The Andes themselves are a fascinating range, stretching over 4,300 miles and hosting numerous peaks that are impressive in their own right. What's even more interesting is how these measurements can vary based on the method used. Some mountains are measured using GPS technology, while others rely on traditional surveying techniques. This can lead to discrepancies in reported heights, making the world of mountaineering even more intriguing. And speaking of intrigue, let's talk about the geological processes that create these towering giants. Mountains are formed through tectonic activity, where the Earth's plates collide and push upwards. This process can take millions of years, and it's still happening today. The Himalayas, where Everest resides, are still rising, albeit at a slow pace. This means that Everest is not just a static monument, it's a dynamic part of our planet's ever-changing landscape. So, while Mount Everest holds the title of the tallest mountain when measured from sea level, the world of peaks and heights is far more complex than it seems. It's a reminder that nature is full of surprises, and sometimes the tallest stories are not just about height, but about the journey and the challenges that come with climbing these magnificent giants. Each mountain has its own story, its own challenges, and its own beauty, making the world of peaks a captivating subject for adventurers and nature lovers alike.